Hey, AOK Knives. My name's Rich, and my knife review company is AOK, Ace on Knives. I review knives, guns, you name it. I'll review it. If you comment me, you like, you subscribe, and you comment me, thumbs up me, whatever, drop something in the comments. Say, hey, Rich, I'd really like to see you review WD-40 degreaser. I'll do it. Phillips head, Cobalt Phillips head screwdriver. I'll do it. Gerber knife. I'll do it. What else? Yeti coffee cup. I'll do it. Apple pen. Love this puppy. Makes me money. I'll do it. Working hands. O'Keeffe's working hands. Paste. I'll do it. Okay, you got the point. I found 2 fixed blades that I had. Now, this one I know nothing about. It was a handmade knife given to a friend of mine who then gave it to me. Jay Wright. Jay Wright. This might not be J.W. Wright. J.W. Wright's a fixed blade company, so I don't know if this is J.W. Wright or not. I gotta check that out. I don't think it is. And this says 183DH on there. Don't know. Now I might have ruined it because I put this jibbing on the back right here. Because I like jibbing on my knife. I want my thumb to have grip that won't go up the blade. I'm going to improve this choil because I don't like this choil. There's not really a plunge grind right there, so I'm going to improve the radius of that choil so that I can actually get my finger up in there. So I have my finger there just like that if I want it. Can't really do it right now because it's just, they didn't put thought into that. Now this has a convex, if you want to call it a grind, but it's a convex blade. I have to redo the edge. I'm in the process of that now. I just cleaned it up with a wire wheel, so it's kind of clean right now. I got it all like that. Now this bone handle feels good in the hand. It really does. It's a little too fat, and I'm not a bone handle guy, you know. I think that's great for Davy Crockett and all those, Bowie knives and stuff, and it's probably great for this, don't get me wrong. But I think I would really like this knife better without this handle material. But it was a gift, so I'm stuck with it. I'm not going to mess with this. A buddy of mine, Mike Schmoll, gave me this. I like it. It's neat. I'm going to put a really good edge on it, and then I may have Brad Garland Gear, make me a custom sheath for that. And what might be cool with this is like one of those sheaths that go across your chest, or like this, and you pull it out. Those are kind of neat looking, like bushcraft sheath. I don't know if that's possible, but I'm gonna ask. Yeah, so I found that. That's really neat. And then I found my Boker Magnum. This has been a good knife. It's too big. If I was going to do a fixed blade carry, which I don't do much, I'm going to go this size. This is just a cheap knife I got at Tractor Supply. But I would carry this before I'll carry this. This is just way too aggressive. Way too much. I don't love it. Buddy of mine, used to be my buddy. He's not my buddy anymore, really. Gave me that a long time ago. So I'll just let that sit. I don't even care. So there's a fixed blade I like. And this was just a cheap little knife. But man, I'm in love with this setup because I like it's sporty looking, so it has style. It looks cool. Canvas sheath, pretty strong button. It's got the kind of lower carry, goes to the top of there, so it will sit like lower on your belt. So pulling it out will be easy. It's not up here. You know what I mean? Because if this loop was down here, the top of the loop was down here, that means that handle is going to be that much higher up on your side. I don't really like that. I want the top of my knife handle to be right under my love handle. That should be a thing. But yeah, this is a cool little fixed blade. I dig this. I don't carry fixed blades. I mean, I do, but like only if I know I'm doing outdoorsy stuff. And I still probably don't even carry them that much. But I'm looking for excuses and reasons to carry some of my stuff. You know, because I'm starting to accumulate a lot of knives. That I've always had a lot of knives, but I'm starting to accumulate a lot of good knives. And when you start accumulating like really good knives and knives that are really quality substance, you're kind of like, okay, I'm hitting something right now. Okay, so follow me, all right? This is philosophy talk, okay? This could go for like probably anything, really, but we're gonna talk knives. Buying a knife, say this knife. This is a Civivi Sakoki. I love this knife. This right now, really high up there, almost my favorite knife. It's just so great. All right, but this knife is inspiring me. Now, I don't know what the inspiration is going to be or what it really, truly will end up being, but this knife makes me want to be better. It makes me want to do more. It makes me want to do what this knife's meant to be used for. So, think about that. You could buy this knife, and it might make you say, how do I have this knife and I don't go camping? How do I have this knife and I don't do something where I need this knife in a positive way, you know? What can I do? I got to get this knife out there. I got to get out there with this knife. I need people to see me that, hey, look at me. I'm cutting a stick up because I got this knife. Look at me. You know? Maybe you buy a knife and you let it guide you. You say, you know what? I'm not doing anything this weekend. I think I'm going to take my dogs camping. And we're going to go somewhere. You know, I'm in Indiana, so it's really flat. So camping is can be kind of like, if you don't find the right spot, it can be kind of like I'm sitting in the middle of a field, like a huge field, and I can see 10 miles left, right, front, and center. You know what I mean? That's weird to me. I'm from West Virginia. I'm from the hills. So I like terrain and landscapes and stuff, and where I pitch my tent or where I camp, you're not going to see me unless you walk up on me. If I'm in the middle of a field, you're going to see me 10 miles away. That doesn't feel very secure, doesn't feel very cozy, doesn't feel very comfortable. So I got to find a good spot. I'm going to take my dogs camping. I'm going to take my Civivi Sakoki, and I'm going to cut up some kindling and stuff like that, and I'm going to start a fire. And my dogs are going to be walking around. There's going to be a fire. I'm going to be sitting there with my Sakoki. Now I'm going to cut a couple little pieces of steak or beef jerky or something. I'm going to cut it up, and I'm going to put it on a stick, and I'm going to hold it over the fire. You know, and then I'm going to pull that off, and I'm going to take the tip of my knife, pull it off the stick, and then I'm going to eat that piece of meat. Or I'm going to take it off the tip of the knife, and I'm going to feed it to my dogs. And we're going to be sitting there, and I might have a little cooler. And right next to me in that cooler is going to be a ginger ale. I like ginger ale. Or it's going to have a beer. It's going to have a Busch Light in there, or just a good all-American beer in there that I like. And I'm going to sit there, and I'm going to be in my little camp chair, and I'm going to go, what brought me here? What put me right here? My Civivi Night brought me here, and I didn't even realize it. It was the thing that pushed me in that direction. Yeah, guys. That gets the high voice. Yeah, guys. You just never know, man. Life is crazy. Small things make us, push us in certain directions, whether it be good or bad. You know, a small thing could be a little opioid pill, and that'll put you in a real crappy direction, you know, or a narcotic or whatever, you know, fentanyl, and that'll put you in the ground. Yeah, it's talking about a small thing putting you in a direction. Let's talk about a small pill, fentanyl. Take that sucker and you're 6 feet under, talking to the worms. I don't want to be that. So I'm not doing those small things. This is my small thing right here. You know what I mean? Maybe a vitamin. Be healthy. Don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. And if you do any kind of drugs, make sure they're legal drugs. Make sure it's like the marijuana stuff that's legalized now. The beer, wine, all that. Be smart about it. Be real smart about it. That stuff will grip you. You don't want to be gripped by that stuff. So be careful. But yeah, buy a knife. Listen to me. Message me. We'll get you a knife. And then I want you to tell me the story. I want you to tell me if that knife took you somewhere. If you let that knife. Because you got to let it. You know? You got to let your car take you somewhere. Your friends take you somewhere. Your wife take you somewhere. Your husband take you somewhere. You got to let them. Buy a knife and let that knife speak to you. And get out there in the world and do some stuff. Do some stuff. Take it easy.